Hello, friends, and welcome to another fun-filled week of art. All right, so last week in art, we talked about Earth Day, and I was amazed to see the creativity and how each friend in the ECC made their very own planet Earth. They turned out so cool. You might also remember that last week I told you we were going to start a new unit. And for this new unit, we are going to go around the world and look at art from different cultures, different times, and different places. It's going to be a super fun around the world adventure. So today we officially begin our around the world art adventure, and I love to travel. So I can't wait to see where we go first. All right, so right about here, I have a globe. And a globe, it's basically just like a miniature planet Earth with all of the different countries on it. And it's actually quite colorful. So to figure out where we're going to go first, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to place my finger on the globe. Then I'm going to spin it and see where we end up. Are you ready? Let's count down. 3, 2, 1, spin. Woo! And look at where my finger landed. All right, friends, my finger landed right here in Europe, and more specifically in a country called France. Have you heard of it? Let's check it out. Okay, wow. Where am I? I knew we were going to France, but I was not expecting to end up here. It looks like I'm inside of a cave, and on the cave walls, I see these really interesting drawings, or maybe they're paintings. I'm not quite sure. I have a lot of things I wonder about this place. All right, let's look at some cave paintings, and we're gonna need to put our art goggles on. And where did I go? And we're also gonna need to put on our thinking caps.
Check out these drawings of some pretty big animals. These animals lived alongside of the cave painters many years ago. That's probably why they painted them. I see black and brown and red, and that's because the cave painters used rocks to make their paint, and those were the colors available. Now, cave paintings can be found all around the world, but on today's art journey, we're going to stop in Europe in a country called France and look at some cave paintings there in France. So let's have a look. If you want to learn more about these cave paintings, I've linked a video called Cave Art 101 on Google Classroom. And this video is cool because it's like you get to step inside of a cave with your flashlight and discover it yourself. So let's look at some cave paintings from France. Put on your art goggles. What do you see in this painting? What about this one here? What do you see? How does it make you feel? And look at this one here. It's a hand. And something really interesting about this is we see hand art in caves all around the world, even in Argentina. And here's some cave paintings in Brazil. I just want to show you that cave paintings don't only exist in France. So when you draw your own cave painting, if you need some ideas, if you can't remember all of the symbols and what exactly something looked like, I drew out some of these cave painting symbols for you and you can find it in Google Classroom. There's a document there called Cave Painting Ideas.
All right, now it's time for us to make our own, and I'm super excited. I'm gonna demonstrate my process and my materials. Now, I'm gonna be using a special kind of paint, a paint that I'm gonna make using dirt and water and some other materials. If you want to make your own paint, just like the cave painters would have made a long time ago, join me for another video. Let's have a look.
I made this video called Mud Paints to explain how you can make your own mud paints also. For today's project, I am going to use mud paints. I made them myself. If you want to make your own mud paints, check out the other video. So I'm going to use my mud paints. If you don't have your own homemade mud paints, you can use just regular paint. You can use markers. You can use colored pencils, chalks, really anything you want. You're also going to need some paper. And if you want to follow along with me, I have this on Google Classroom, some different symbols to give you inspiration and some ideas for your cave painting today. Now you can use just regular paper, or if you want to do something extra fun, you can use an old cardboard paper bag. And what I did is I crumpled it up so it's super wrinkly and it has an interesting texture. In fact, this texture is so bumpy and rough, it reminds me of the inside of a cave, the rough cave walls. Then I decided to rip some of the edges a little bit. Again, just because I like it to look super rough. All right, so once your paper is ready, you are ready for drawing and painting. Remember, you can use any materials that you want. I started with some marker and I used a little bit of pencil, and then I decided to go straight to paint. I looked at the piece of paper that says Cave Painting Ideas for some inspiration, but you can draw yours however you want. Remember, cave painters often painted animals and people. So one fun little extra thing you can do, if this is okay with an adult, is splatter some paint. I hold my paintbrush low and I tap it with just one finger. Tap, 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 getting some splatters all around my paper. You might want to do this step outside or somewhere that is easy to clean up. So check it out. Here is my finished cave painting. Ooh la la, that was so much fun.
All right, friends, I had so much fun going on our first Around the World art adventure, looking at cave paintings in France. All right, I hope that you have fun making your own. And until we meet again, I'm sending you a kiss and a hug. Goodbye.